Hello, Army of Light Earth Division. Shauna L. Francis here. Today is January 9th, 2023, at least for another 13 minutes or so. It's a late video. I apologize. I'm a little tired. It's been one of those days. I got my counters installed today, which was amazing. It looks so good. It's a small kitchen, but it looks so nice, and a new sink. It was needed badly. So yeah, it's been a busy day. I guess I want to tell everybody that yesterday's video got the most views in 24 hours than any other video that I have put out so far. So congratulations to all of us. So yay, everybody. I think it's 606 views in the first 24 hours. And we picked up a nice handful of new subscribers. So welcome, everybody, new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the beautiful comments. We have a beautiful family here, a beautiful star family, soul family here, Galactic Federation of Light, boots on the ground. And hopefully this family just continues to grow and grow and grow as more people stumble upon these videos and feel the transmissions, feel the energy that's being transmitted, and finding out whether or not this kind of content resonates. Certainly not going to resonate with everybody, right? I'm really trying not to freak out. I'm back to that place where I'm kind of going along, learning, okay, it's fine, and then something new happens, and I'm like, and it takes me a minute to get my bearings and get my legs underneath me and kind of feel grounded. Really, this has been mostly about these experiences with these beings, like experiencing their love and the frequencies, and then feeling like they're just right here in my field. It really started with the long-haired Sasquatch type being. I don't know how long ago that was, guys, 5-6 days, and just feeling so loved and nurtured and feeling so vulnerable to that, and then it was the lion coming in, and that whole experience just really has me just in awe because it felt so real. It's shaking me loose for sure. And then the last few days as well, all this love coming through, and everybody talking about how don't let your body be a barrier to knowing that this is real and that we're right here in your field with you, or right here in the space, and this is reality. It's not that we're up there far away somewhere, but we're right here with you. So this has me pretty twisted up in my mind, trying to get used to this idea. So I've hit that new level of freak out. I'm here today. In perfect timing, because I had a beautiful session with a dear friend, Christy Wallace, who does light language and light codes. She and I have been working together here for, I don't know if it's been a couple of years by now, probably. So beautiful light codes, so images that she creates that are encoded with energy and meaning that we pick up once that's in our field, and then light language. You just have to hear that to know what that is. I'll put a link to her website in the description if I remember, because I'm pretty tired. So you can check out her YouTube channel. You can check out her website. But that really helped anchor me back kind of into my body here, being grounded, being in acceptance, and just more awe, though, just being in awe for everything that's happening. So I'm at that point right now. I'm at this point. All right, so today went down the elevator with Isa, because she's just been it's been comforting to have her around me. And again, this is my reptilian aspect, my last incarnation as a reptilian 200,000 years ago. I believe that's who she is. That's who she represents for me. She's an aspect of my soul. So I bring her with me down the elevator. So we went down the elevator, doors opened, and I just decided, you know what? Let's redesign this place again. Kind of over the whole beach scene. So we are now working in a Japanese garden. So we have a big pagoda that's open on all four sides with a beautifully polished wooden floor, nothing on it except 2 chairs, low to the ground, pillow kind of stuffed with the back on it, but they kind of sit on the ground and they do have a back. No table, no desk. And outside we've got ponds and we've got Japanese maples, we've got bamboo, we have trickling water, we have rocks and pathways and little tea houses and a little bit of sun glinting through all the greenery, the shrubs, and there's ground cover, and it's just tranquil and quiet. The little birds chirping here and there, and the temperature is perfect. Oh man, so this was my vision today. So I spent some time, I'd actually meditated for a good 45 minutes before I even went down the elevator, and then decided that was a good vibe. So I went and sat down, Isa took off, I sat in the, underneath this pagoda, really, really tall ceiling, perfectly square, but on this beautiful platform here, this polished hardwood. And I had a seat. I said, is there anybody who'd like to come forward today and speak with me, as I always do? And I did start seeing somebody, and they came in. And what it looked like was the character out of the Matrix movie, the Asian man who wore the little tiny sunglasses, and he fought Neo in this big warehouse type thing. And I think he was protecting the Oracle. So I don't know if you guys remember that scene with Neo and this Asian guy, and they do this big long fight scene. So it looked like that guy. And I just had a sneaking suspicion of who this might be. I'll give you one guess. All right, so this being sat down, I said, thank you so much for joining me. And they said, it's my pleasure, Shauna. I said, is this the first time that you've been in my hot seat? And they said, no, it's not. And then I see him turn into his reptilian self. Again, kind of dark gray, lumpy, big, kind of roundish yellow eyes. Almost reminds me of a cat. And they're vertical slits. So he kind of flashed on like, oh, I see who you are. I'm like, thank you for coming in today. How are you? And he said, I'm doing well, thank you. And you, all these pleasantries happening. It's so funny. I said, I'm doing excellent, thank you. I said, what would you like to talk about today? And he said, thank you again, Shauna, for the opportunity. What did you think of my introduction? I said, perfect. You were playing the part perfectly. I saw you even before you sat down. And he said, I'm glad you appreciated it. And I said, I did, thank you. He said, Shauna, we do have a tough road ahead of us. And it's important to give you this information to you straight so that you can be prepared with your energetic field, with your heart, with your mind, with your emotions. They're talking a lot about this, and the love is coming in very, very thick. So I just am thinking, gosh, is this because the negative reptilians have figured out who I am earlier than what they had expected? So have they kind of switched gears here? And he continued on, please think of me as somebody who is helping be the keeper of your emotional well-being. We have a close relationship on the other side of the veil. And I would like to tell you that I am extremely honored and grateful to be assisting you here with this mission and to be joining you as a team member, working on behalf of the light against a common enemy. I said, thank you so much for coming through, and I'm sorry that I don't remember you, but I certainly feel your love. So thank you. He said, of course, Shauna. All right, and then I really felt my energy go much, much deeper, and just like takes me right down, and it takes me a second to acclimate to that. In those moments, the brain pretty much just shuts down, and you're just kind of in that field. You're in that space, letting that happen. And then, instead of him being in the seat there next to me, we're kind of more, again, that face to face, eyes to eyes, face to face, holding hands like this, just like really, really close in this space. And I just sat there acclimating to this. The energy came, the visual came, kind of getting lost in this. And then I felt that rush, that big energy jolt kind of rush through my body. Man, I was calling these energy blasts, energy jolts. It's like a shock that kind of goes through the system. And it's beautiful. It feels good. It is a blissful feeling. And I used to get them a lot. They kind of are more fewer and far between, but I think it's because overall I'm just raising my vibration as a whole. So the energy blasts aren't as impactful as they once were, but this really, it definitely kind of knocked my socks off for a minute. And then he said, Shauna, we would like you to know us on an experiential level. As our lion friend explained previously, we are not far removed from you. We are right here. You could even say that we are sharing this space with you. There's much less separation than you would think between all of us. Man, so, as I read this to you, it's hard to convey the feelings and the experience of this connection. It brought real tears to my eyes today. Once again, crying with this feeling. And, I think with the opening of the heart that's happening and the energy work, more stuff is coming up. I'm feeling very emotional the last few days, actually. And I think that's what happens when our vibrations are rattled and when they're raised. This stuff is shaken to the surface. I may not know exactly why I'm crying, but I'm crying because, some part of me, some part of my soul or my heart feels this connection deeply and knows it. And I think part of it too is we miss that when we're down here. We miss that here on the surface. Down here, I should quit saying that, because they're saying you're not there, we're not here, and you're not there, we're together in the same space. So I'm trying to get used to this idea. So I actually got up and I left. I went outside, found a pond. I found Isa, who was out there sitting on a rock over a pond and listening to the bubbling water below. And I just left. I left there and I kind of took a moment to just take a breather. So, these have become really intense experiences for me these last few days. And I'm not really feeling like I'm having much of a chance to catch up and acclimate. It's coming at me really quickly. So I kind of gathered myself and went back in and I sat back down. I said, please go on. I'm very thankful for this. Please continue. Shauna, he said, how are you feeling about the level of negative reptilian information that has been provided thus far? And I said, I thought about it for a minute. I said, I feel like I'm ready for more. I feel like the team is ready for more. But that being said, we trust your judgment. And because we know you have a much greater vantage point here than we do, a much broader perspective than we do. So I defer to you and the team. And he said, thank you, Shauna, makes sense. How are you feeling about your channeling abilities? And I said, the whole thing is just getting more and more weird. Excuse me. I said, look at today. Look at the lion experience, the long-haired Sasquatch being, I said. And I talked a lot, so I'm going to paraphrase because I probably talked for 5 or 6 minutes. I said, it's one thing to be channeling, hearing the words, relaying an information and sharing that with an audience. I said, it's a whole nother thing to be it's a whole other thing to be immersed in these loving frequencies, feeling so very close and feeling this love and feeling these connections on such an experiential level. And I said, and all the visuals that I get from this, and I'm definitely feeling like there's an acclimation here. I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty big transition in terms of where I'm at with my channeling. I said, I'm feeling like I'm definitely losing a grip on whatever this reality has been for me, and I'm entering something new that's unfamiliar, and it's a little unsettling. I said, I understand that this veil between us is getting more and more thin. However, I said there's other times where, like yesterday, I sat down to channel and I didn't see anybody, I didn't hear anybody, like nothing seemed to be happening. So I said I'm also a little bit nervous about those situations where it's like, hello, is anybody going to be here? And I don't know if it's me, that's having the issue, or if it's somebody's not ready on the other side, or there's debris in my field, or what. So I said it's like kind of a mixed bag. I'm like, it's feeling, it's all these things. I said I'm feeling such gratitude for everybody, and I'm feeling so much love. And I said I wish that everybody on the planet could feel this love that I feel from all of you. I'm just, it's just so cool. I said, I also am feeling a lot of joy in this discovery. It's, on one level, it's very unsettling, and then on another, it's exceptionally satisfying. So I just have this whole host of emotions going on right now and trying to understand what this means, that there really is no separation between us. What does this mean? So I went on and on about that, and he said, thank you for that, Shauna. Yes, all of that makes sense. We appreciate you being candid and forthright with your feelings. I said, thank you for asking. And he said here, Shauna, as stated before, you are fully protected here. This is a sacred space. This is of the highest light for your highest good, with the highest of integrity. You are surrounded by all of those who love you and know you deeply and who are supporting you unconditionally. We're all playing a significant role here, and your guidance, love, and protection is of the utmost importance to us. Please know this. I said, thank you so much for that. What else? And he said, Shauna, I will gift you with the highest of blessings. We also help you to expand your gift of vision through your third eye and your pineal gland. Expanding your sight, dear one, expanding your intuition, unlocking the next set of tools that you'll be able to use as you move forward, not only with the negative reptilian disclosure, but with the acclimation to this shared reality. As your old belief systems are challenged, and as your previous knowings are replaced with new knowledge, and as you begin to have much more expanded relationship with yourself, these gifts will support you. And then he said, allow us, dear one, to carry you over this threshold from the old to the new with a delicate, loving touch. Allow our love and light to guide you and to be an anchor for you. Imagine this love as an endless reservoir, ready for you to tap into at any moment. It's just that easy. So thank you so much, my friend. And I sat there and I just started feeling, like, it was strange actually, like kind of like this darkness crowding in on me, like a thick dark smoke. And I said, thank you for that. I'm like sensing this dark, dense darkness, like this cloud around me, like that's kind of coming toward me. And I said, do you know what this is? And it was just a brief kind of little vision, but it kind of thought, well, I better ask about this. And he said, This could be your fear, dear one, presenting itself as this vision. Let me take you above it, and let's watch as it passes below you. You don't ever have to be in that dark cloud, that dark smoke, Shauna. You are always in choice. Rise above with us. Let us create this new reality together based on absolute, infallible love, faith, and trust, with all the support of Source itself. And I did. I saw it. I saw us kind of rise up above, and this darkness just go underneath me and dissipate, and it was gone. I'm like, yeah, I see that. That's great. Thank you. He says, remember, Shauna, that while this feels like your personal experience, to a large degree, it only lives in your imagination. That's how you create your world and every moment. Man, this stuff's tough for me. He said, Shauna, you'll begin to fully grasp what it means to be in choice and free. We ask that you just allow this to unfold naturally and to develop naturally as you go along, because it may be easy for you to get bogged down in trying to understand it at the mind level. There's no rush here. I said, okay, thank you for that. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about today? He said, Shauna, that will conclude our time today. Please, I ask that you sit quietly for another 10 minutes as this activation is finalized in your field. So that was that third eye activation. And oh my gosh, you guys, that was an incredible 10 minutes. I sat there and just went through wave after wave after wave of energy, and up and down and around and swirls. And I mean, it was, I was just like hanging on while this was going on. It was really quite fantastical. So I checked back in when it kind of dissipated. I said, are we good? He said, yes. I said, that was really beautiful. Thank you. And he says, you're most welcome, Shauna. It is your birthright. And he said, that feels like plenty for today, dear one. Do you agree? I said, yes, I do. Thank you. All right. So I took a break. I got up. I was feeling super good after that energy work, after this activation happened. And I sat back down and I said, is there anybody else who wants to come through today? And I'd been at this for at least 2.5, 3 hours by this point this afternoon. And sure enough, here comes Racer, our Arcturian friend, Racer. I said, hello, my friend. Welcome back. How are you? He says, I'm well, Shauna. Thank you. How are you? I said, amazing, but I'm hungry. What's new? I'm doing good. I said, what brings you back to the hot seat today, my friend? And he says, thank you, Shauna. Just a quick check-in with you today. Knowing that you are experiencing just monumental changes to your perception, dear one, I want you to know that we love and support you so much. And we want you to know that you can count on us. You can rely on us, dear one, knowing that you are never alone through this process. I said, thank you so much, Racer. I'm definitely coming to understand this more and more. I said, is everyone coming in with these messages because it's going to start to get ugly? And I laughed and I said, I'm sorry, I just have to ask. And he said, well, yes, Shauna, that's definitely part of it. Before you find yourself in the middle of that ugliness, we want this knowing to be set in for you, just as a given. No hesitation, no question. This is why we continue to reinforce these messages. I said, thank you, Racer. I appreciate that very much. He said, this is all I wanted to say, dear one. I like how you've redesigned the place. It looks very nice, very inviting. I said, thank you, Racer. I like it too. It was a group effort. Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for the information. Of course, dear one. All right, so that really was it for today. That was plenty. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to hit the hay. All right, team, I love you. I love all your comments. You guys are amazing. I'm sorry I'm so behind on my email once again. know that I kind of glance, but to take time to go back and really thoughtfully answer the emails, it takes me some time to circle back around. So know that I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten about you guys. Thank you for all your beautiful comments. Thanks everybody who's subscribing, all your comments here on YouTube. All right, team, you're rocking this. I love you. Mwah.